1964, March 13th, a cold winter night in New York. Kitty Genovese was returning from work. She was raped and stabbed to death. 37 people witnessed this horrific incident. None of them called the police or came to her rescue. Big question arose as to why these 37 people didn't help. Social psychologists Bill Blatney and John Darley extensively researched and concluded it was due to a phenomenon which they coined as bystander effect. Bystander effect is a socio-psychological phenomenon where individuals are less likely to help a victim when others are present. The greater the number of bystanders, it's less likely that someone would help. Why does it happen? First, the presence of other people creates a diffusion of responsibility. The second reason is the need to behave in correct and socially acceptable ways. When other observers fail to react, individuals often take this as a signal that a response is not needed or inappropriate. And also, researchers have found that onlookers are less likely to intervene if they feel the situation is ambiguous. In the case of Katie Genovese, many of the 37 witnesses reported that they believed that they were witnessing a lover's quarrel and did not realize that the young woman was actually being murdered. If you are in a crowd and you see that everyone is doing nothing, then nothing becomes the norm. How to prevent bystander effect? Understand how bystander effect might be holding you back and consciously take steps to overcome it. When faced with an emergency situation, however, this does not mean that you have to place yourself in danger. What to do if you are the person in need of assistance? One often recommended tactic is to single out one person from the crowd, make eye contact, and specifically ask that individual for help. By personalizing and individualizing your request, it becomes much harder for people to turn you down. When faced with an emergency situation, knowing what to do greatly increases the likelihood that the person will take some action. How can you apply this to your own life? You certainly cannot be prepared for all the emergencies that can transpire in your life. Taking first aid classes and CPR training would help you to feel more competent and prepared to deal with potential emergencies. In this video, let's take a pledge that we take initiative to help people in emergency situations. You take the lead, others will follow. Jai Hind.